Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the video. Today we're going to do the first step of building a 5-gallon nano shrimp aquascape. And it's the first step because we're going to get the aquascape done and start cycling the tank, but we're not going to put the shrimp in this video because I've got to order them because they're kind of special shrimp. And I want to make sure the water parameters are 100% before we put those shrimp in because we want them to live, because we're going to try and breed them and maybe make some money to support our little fish hobby here. So 5-gallon El Cheapo tank, nano build coming up right now. I hope the lighting is going to be okay for you guys. I don't have a fancy studio or something where I can do, you know, this really high quality lighting here. I just have my overhead light in the office. So you're going to have to deal with it. It's going in the office. We're going to build it in the office. So this little guy, El Cheapo tank, I mean, probably one of the cheapest you can get. It's one of these little kits, you know, just has a little light. But we're not going to be using this lid probably, and we're going to do something pretty cool. We have some old filter media, and we have other tanks too. We'll be able to cycle this with some bacteria. But let's start with the substrate. Actually, no, let's start with the rocks. I'm going to go ahead and show you the rocks that we got for free. Okay, welcome to the bathroom here where we're going to wash our rocks. Now, I've already cleared it with the wife, so don't worry about that. And we're going to just pretty much put them under the water here and scrub them with this little toothbrush. Don't worry, this is not the wife's toothbrush either. This is my aquarium toothbrush. But what we got here is some granite. The reason that I'm showing you this is because all of these stones were free. If you go to pet stores and you get some decorative stone, yeah, you can get dragon stone and that kind of stuff. And if that's what you want, go and do that. But in this particular scape, this is the style that I wanted. And you can find this granite locally, or at least we can here in Florida. This granite is everywhere. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly where I got all this for free, just in case somebody's watching that I don't want to be watching. But let's just say that you can find this in areas that you drive over. So when you drive over things, you might be able to find some granite around that area. So yeah, go and grab some. It's free, and all kind of different colors and patterns, man. You get some, you can get it wet. You get some pinks and stuff in there. It should be pretty. So we're going to scrub this stuff. You don't need to watch all the washing. I think you know how to wash a rock. So we're just going to scrub them down here. And then we'll be back with some substrate and the rocks in the tank. Alright guys, for this build we're going to be using Seachem Fluorite Black because I want kind of the black and gray look with the green plants. It's going to look sweet, I think. So going with Fluorite Black, this is the same stuff I used in the bass tank. I like it so far. Low dust and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get you set up here. We're going to get in here and play around a little bit. I'm going to time lapse it in case you want to follow along in speedy time. So let's go. Okay guys, what I'm going for here is kind of like a tiered style here, you know, where I'm going to fill this in and they have a planting section here and the rocks and planting section in the back. So that's kind of what I'm going for. If you're enjoying watching me figure out how to put it together, keep watching the rest of this time lapse. If not, I'm going to put up a time right here. I'm going to put a time that you can skip to and see the completed setup. All right. Okay guys, here we are. The finished rockscape here. I'm pretty happy, you know, with what I got to work with here. Some free stones. So all of this, of course, is planting area in here. We're going to keep it low, right? Real low plants. But maybe some taller stuff here in the back. and just a carpet grass kind of thing in the front right there. But I don't know, what do you guys think? I know there's a glare, it's kind of hard to see, but I did add this stone after the time lapse here just to finish it off. It looked too plain right there. I think from this viewing angle, well, you got a big reflection right there. There you go. From this viewing angle, this rock here just kind of brings the eye down to this pathway. So that's the rockscape going on there. Hope you like it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think on the rockscape. And now what I've got to do is order all the plants for it and stare at it for a while and get an idea what plants I'm going to order. Get those ordered. When those come in, we will proceed. All right, our plants have come in here. We're going to go through those in just a second. But wanted to let you know we got our light in as well. So we've got our high power. Well, it's not high power. I think it's 15 watts. But these little lights here on Amazon. This is Haiger, I guess is how you say it. But these little full spectrum 6500 is the temperature on them, which is, you know, your full spectrum. These guys were just over $20 on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for you. Great for a little 5-gallon. I've got one on another tank too that I converted to go topless. I was going to take the rim off of this, but talking with people that know more than me, they said this glass is too thin over here. So we're going to have to leave the frame on, but we'll do a frameless tank sometime. Anyway, we're going to get into the plants, but first I'm going to make one little adjustment here. I'm going to do that now and show you. I just don't like the way this line is right here, so I'm going to change that real quick. All right, not much of a change here, but it was just too straight of a line. So I just kind of moved things around a little bit more, make it look, I think, a little more natural. In my camera here, it looks like this is really blue. I guess a GoPro's picking up more of the blue light than the full spectrum stuff, but I assure you it's a nice crisp white light and it looks great. I don't know why it looks blue, at least on my side. We'll see how it is in post edit, but if it looks blue, sorry for that. Okay, we got all of our plants out of the pots or out of the tissue media or whatever. We got them all down here ready to be planted on a moist paper towel. I've got my little spray bottle here, keep them moist as needed. So, got our Bucephalanthera here, Anubias Nana Petite, one crypto. I thought I could split this one, but I can't. And then the dwarf hairgrass here, our dwarf baby tears, our Java moss, which you'll see here, and then our micro sword, which I'm going to split up. I got all of these plants, forgot to tell you, I got all of these plants here on Modern Aquarium. They had the best price, good reviews, free shipping over $70, I think it is, or $79. I think it's $79 and over, free shipping. So that's good. All the roots look really good. No black root on this stuff here. Really nice white roots. See, they're really clean here. No rot. So pretty happy so far. They should thrive. Let's hope they don't die. All right, we're gonna get to planting here. I did moisten the inside of this here. I'm gonna hope that we get a better lighting angle, but it might look blue to you. I'm gonna clean the glass off and let's get planting. It looked like there were a couple of color changes there. This RGB light seems to really mess with the GoPro. It's my first time using a GoPro with an RGB, but anyway, here's our tank. We got it planted. I'm hoping that all of this baby tears, this little stuff up front, I'm hoping it stays in the substrate as I slowly fill this up. A little Java fern in there, or moss, sorry, a little moss, Java moss in there. And I think it looks good. The idea for this, guys, is to kind of have it kind of full carpet itself, maybe. Full carpet itself, and just kind of grow wild for now. I will be trimming all of this hair grass once it takes root. I'll be cutting it probably about halfway here because I want my tallest plants in the back. Obviously, if you know anything with the aquascaping, you want all your tall stuff in the back. So I guess the next step, we're going to trickle some water in here and we're going to see what floats and what comes unrooted and see what we got to fix. So let's get some water in there. Filled up and happy to see that my planting was pretty decent in the sense that the baby tears have not moved. That's these guys here. I was expecting them to just release off the substrate and float up. And I was thinking about doing a sand path down the middle of this here, and I might later on as well, but I think I'm going to leave it for now. We can always add sand later up into this area and kind of make a prettier aquascape. But we've got a little trash on the top of the water here, and I put the red root floaters in my other tanks out there, and I've got a couple left over here. Well, there was more in the cup than I thought, so we're gonna put a couple of floaters, little red root floaters in here as well. But let me fishnet this stuff out of here, get it cleaned up. We'll put the floaters in, we'll be back. Also gonna throw some quick start in there just to get a little bacteria load going on there so we can begin cycling this tank. And I guess while we're talking about cycling, I'll do this off camera, but I have two filters from the old pumps that I used to use in these tanks, and they've got bacteria on them. I just changed these pumps out today to different pumps, so these guys have bacteria on them and they're still damp. So we're going to soak these in the tank overnight, and that will kind of jumpstart our beneficial bacteria load in this tank, so we hope. All right, about to finish this build up here. We're going to put a sponge filter in next here. I've got two of these guys. They just run off of an air pump, goes in that line right there, which I've got an air pump down here. I've got some check valves and stuff to adjust the flow. I'm gonna figure out where I want to put this thing. I have two just in case I need it for filtration. And I bought a splitter, like I said. But I'm gonna start with one, get some beneficial bacteria started on this sponge here. And then I'm gonna get the CO2 system hooked up and installed. Now, I'm not going to show you the CO2 system because I did a separate video on this same brand, just the bigger generator, CO2 generator. So if you want to see that, at the end of the video, I'll put one of the cards, you know, here or here in the video, and I'll put a card to a full walkthrough on this thing on my first unboxing of one of these systems and what I think about it. So CO2 will be the last step for this here tank, and then we'll do a little outro. All right, we got our CO2 set up here. We've got it primed and it is bubbling along. Over here, I've got my kit off to the side. So our tank is completed here, guys. Just a little haziness in the water, but that's to be expected with a brand new substrate right out of the bag. I didn't rinse it or anything like that. This is your final view on the tank here for this setup. 5-gallon nano shrimp tank. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me put it together. Maybe it was long and boring, I don't know. But final look at the tank here. All right, if you want to learn more about the CO2 systems that I use, these cheap Amazon systems, watch this video right here, and that'll show you the first 4-liter kit that I got and installed. It's kind of entertaining. If you like fish keeping, you want to see my other aquarium, check over here on this video, and you can watch some other aquarium stuff. If you'd like to follow along the journey with the baby bass that we just set up, or my shrimp breeding journey that I'm about to go on, you might consider subscribing. So appreciate you watching the video, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.